So this would include changing the way that we view practicing. After all, practicing is an executive functioning skill, because what does it require? It requires consistency, and it requires planning, to say, you know what, I'm going to dedicate this amount of time to my musical instrument. But as Dr. Russell Barkley would say, people with ADHD often view time in terms of the here and now. What is here right now? What are we doing right now? Whereas our neurotypical friends have an easier time planning things in advance. For example, for their next week, what they're going to do, how they're going to how they're going to study for their classes, and how they're going to achieve their goals on piano, for example. And so I've noticed that there is a new school of thought that maybe we should design practicing around a neurodivergence perspective on times, so that we can better manage what's called time blindness. For example, there's a music educator by the name of Miss Neffeli, and she has what she calls no practice lessons, or aka group lessons, where instead of someone practicing by themselves, or not, because they forgot to practice, or they just didn't want to practice, or the thought of playing all kinds of different songs which is too overwhelming, they can sit in one of her group classes and they can practice more consistently, right? And so that's the kind of method that I would like to use as we learn more intermediate concepts in piano. And one way to manage the overwhelm of learning all of these different songs and techniques in piano is to break it up into small pieces, especially if you're a music major out there. Who says that you have to practice piano for 2 or 3 hours a day? If that's not working for you, you can break it up into smaller chunks. You can practice for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 25 minutes, as the Pomodoro timer allows you to do. You do what is best for you, and make sure to view your musicianship through a neurodivergence affirming lens, and not through what neurotypicals would expect of you, right?